Thanks for joining me. Could you describe to me what the course was like for people who don't know?
Yeah, the weather dictated a lot this week, and the course setup was difficult. Some of the scores dictate, you could tell the scores were higher on average based on some other weeks we played. And I think the girls learned a lot this week. Sometimes you struggle and you have to learn the hard way. And I think we did this week as far as how precise the execution had to be. Some of the hole locations the first couple of days, the first round, and when the wind was really up, were just really difficult and difficult to get close to. So you had to play really patient golf. You had to be really precise with your numbers. And sometimes we were good and sometimes we weren't. And you could kind of see the scores reflected a little bit of that inconsistency. But it's like I told the girls, I said, this is a great learning experience. We're going to be better from this. It wasn't our best week. If our bad golf is this bad, we know we can be so much better and start competing, for the top, 2 or 3 spots. But nothing to hang our hats about, just a learning experience. And we got to just keep moving forward and get ready for the next one.
Yeah. Could you kind of describe the grit your team has? I mean, this is only their second tournament of the year, which is a long layover. Can you just kind of describe how your team's been able to come together and play?
Yeah, it's a big challenge. We've got girls coming from different countries who were under different lockdowns for different periods of time as well. So, in America, we were able to play during the summer a lot and play tournament golf, but most of my girls are international. So when we came back in the fall, they hadn't played in a long time, and we did get to practice some. But even Megan Robb didn't come to campus in the fall, so she didn't get any reps in the fall as well. And then, Bea Espalosin was hurt all last spring. She didn't get to compete. Then she lost the summer and the fall semester. So we're talking 14, 16 months here without competition. So I just try to tell them, like, it's a process, and we're building for conference championships, and we need to keep it at that perspective and understand each and every person is just trying to get better. We're going to try to just get better as a team. And if we keep a good perspective on things and keep the right mindset moving forward, I think we'll be ready.
Can you kind of touch on, how adding someone like Limestone, what that does for your, regional play and as well as conference, and kind of touch on how that kind of drives you guys to be even better this year?
Yeah, sure. I mean, in the last 3 or 4 years, we've been competing against Limestone on a regular basis. We've always been, if not beating them, they're beating us. Maybe them beating us a little bit more, but they're always been a top 25 team. And when you add another team that we played in last year that was a top 20 team, and then they brought everybody back basically because of the extra eligibility from the spring semester. They're going to be a really strong team, and they showed it this week with shooting the scores that they shot. They're going to be very competitive. Our margin for error to compete with them is pretty small, but I believe in our girls, I believe in our team, and it's just adding them to the conference will just make the SAC that much stronger. We were already a strong women's golf conference and men's golf as well for that matter, but adding Limestone to those strong teams will just make us, we're going to start competing hand in hand with all the Florida schools now with them in our conference, because there's already a handful of teams in our conference that are top 25 teams and then top 12 in the region that we're going to be fighting for those spots to play in regionals and nationals. So not a bad thing. It just makes us step up our game.
Any final thoughts on, this past weekend's tournament and as well as the one before?
Yeah, just good to get our feet wet. Good last week to get a chance to win. That's always a fun experience to have a chance to win. Mm-hmm. This week we played a little bit tougher golf course, and the conditions were hard and the setup was a little more difficult. And, I got to get my girls reset mindset as far as, this is not a true reflection of how your game is. It just feels like you get beat down a lot in those conditions. And, we got a week off so we can get physically ready and get our minds fresh for the next one. So we're excited about that. We're just going to keep moving forward and keep the right optimistic mindset.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach Gealy.
All right. Thank you.
Have a safe drive back.
All right. Thank you.